No sooner had the last race been run at Alain yesterday than attentions will already be returning to next season. Today's horses in training sale sees the opportunity for many a big yard to get rid of plenty of their horses and perhaps some of the smaller ones to restock ahead of the 2021-22 season. In total, there are well over 170 lots up for sale. There are sure to be bargains to be had. So let's see who goes under the hammer and makes what at tonight's sale one of two to take place this weekend. By the time the withdrawals trickled through, the number was below 170. But it still felt like a very long night, with auctioneer John O'Kelly trying his best to eke out every single dirham from each lot. He even brought Welford back into the ring to sell again.
Welford is his name, lot 22. Misbid of this horse here. Come on, get him away. Come on, put him in 5.
OK, so that was due to a misunderstanding earlier. But the second visit was probably worth it, as Welford sold for 33,000 dirhams. And amazingly, he was one of the feature early lots. That probably tells you a lot about where the rest of this is going. Those that were of interest, i.e. Redani, were largely bought back, with previous owners far from satisfied at the money they were going for. Or they simply didn't meet their reserve.
Front buys, thank you, sir. 26,000. Well done. 26.
Satish Seymour and Doug Watson were probably quite glad their draft went through early, so they could go home and watch the Grand National. There was at least a bit of interest surrounding the Watson string, and Dark Thunder could be well bought at 32,000 dirhams, the 5-year-old having shown his liking for Jebel Ali at least, with a win there right back on the opening day of the season. Great Image was another one that went for significant enough money, and he'd run well at Maidan last Thursday.
I sell now at only 42,000, all done at 42.
In a similar vein to Mike Kay and Touch Gold Racing, the EERC syndicate were keen to ensure their representatives met their valuation, which they largely didn't. Cedric Lane, father-in-law of Justin Byrne, responsible for buying back the likes of Ruffa, Quite Endeavour and Grand Argentier.
Only 18 the bid now. The Counties are wonderful performer here. 20,000.
Ones who will have new homes include Mystic Moon, who was one of the highest rated runners in the sale, and he went for 55,000. And Native Appeal was another one to have run his last race in the Yellow Silks of Mohammed Khalifa Al Basti, and he sold for 45,000. Not bad for the Jebel Ali specialist. Quite clearly not all of these will carry on racing, and Forever Homes will thankfully await some of the older lots. For example, it was nice to see Etijar look sprightly in the ring, the now 11-year-old one of several consigned by John Hyde from Shadwell. They also included Janubi and Jiran, both classy sorts on their day and deserving of a nice retirement. Prayer break time gave us a chance to speak to John O'Kelly. O'Kelly brought in off the bench and relishing being back behind the mic.
Steve, I think it's about 7 or 8 years since I've been here, but the place has changed a lot, hugely.
COVID has obviously dictated that you're here and not one of your colleagues.
Absolutely, yes. I live in Belgium, and if I'm going to England, I've got to do 2 weeks quarantine. If they come out here, they have to do 2 weeks as well. So why not come here? It's not a bad place to be, I think.
Of course, it's a busy time for Tattersalls in England. You've got the Craven Breeze-Ups coming up, is that right?
We have that. The Breeze is on Monday, and the sale is Tuesday, Wednesday. And then we've various Breeze-Up sales going on. There's the Guineas sale is on then after that. So there's a lot happening, and we've got big bonuses for the Guineas as well, for the Craven sale this year as well.
Obviously, it's been a difficult time for sales, but how have the sales houses reacted? It seems as though you've made the best of a bad deal, is that fair to say?
I think they've done a huge job. I've actually been based in Belgium, so I haven't been in part of it at all. It's been very, very frustrating, so I haven't been able to sing my song for quite some time. So I'm really delighted and thrilled to be back here again. But they've been obviously lots of innovation, IT and that sort of thing, and I think that it's been very, very well received.
Obviously on today's sale as well, it's not easy selling these horses at the end of the season. A bit of your best is required, I think, to get some of these sold.
I think you put a smile on your face and you do the job and enjoy it.
You seem to. I mean, is it difficult to keep motivated right throughout a sale for you?
No, but as long as the voice lasts, that's all.
You'll be here tomorrow as well for the Godolphin sale?
Here for tomorrow night's sale as well, which is obviously that's a smaller sale of 45 lots. But I think there's plenty of quality in there from what I've seen. I had a look at that catalogue on the way out. I thought, okay, yeah.
I mean, you might not recognise some of the names going through, but the pedigrees will be all incredibly familiar, and no doubt you'll have sold them book 1, 2 and 3 in years gone by.
Yes, I think the first lot in tomorrow, it's at Ole Liz, which I think made $1 million at the sales. I think I sold it as a yearling, and let's see what happens there, you know.
And what have you made of business tonight so far?
Listen, as long as we clear, it's a clearance sale, I think, the idea is, and every lot seems to have found buyers. I think I've had a couple that haven't done. So my job as an auctioneer is if we can get them sold, that's what we're asked to do.
Refreshed and ready to go again, it was to be hoped the rest of the evening would see more interest in the horses rather than the shawarma stand. It probably didn't, to be honest. Many of the Salem Bingadea draft bought back.
All done, finish around about at 190,000 last time at 190. Great dot.
And only really Trolleus from Simon Crisford's yard attracting bids of note. He would sell in the end for 55,000, and New Connections will be hoping for more turf opportunities for him. So the last remaining hope for fireworks was really Majestic Mambo. His recent well-being well and truly confirmed when second to Irish Freedom in the Group 3 Abu Dhabi Championship. Thankfully he didn't disappoint, selling for 130,000 dirhams and becoming top lot by quite a distance. The rest of the evening would peter out, and truth be told, a disappointing sale, with many not sold, bought back or failing to reach 5 figures. There will be some empty stables around the UAE after this, and a summer of spending could lie in wait for our Dubai trainers, if we are to see full fields next season. Perhaps the Racing in Dubai sale, which took place on Sunday, could generate more interest. Laura went along.